I'm Tom Fischer, founder of BourbonBlog.com, the top online resource for bourbon in the U.S. And I wanted to share a few thoughts with you today about the tariffs. Some of them pending, some of them just announced today. You know, one of the greatest things that's really happened for American whiskey and bourbon the last decade or so is it's been affordable for you, the rest of the world, to get a hold of. Unlike some international whiskeys, you can buy a bottle of bourbon that's fantastic for between $50 and $100, maybe even less. But if these taxes, these tariffs continue to go forward 25% and more, it's going to be more money that you're going to be spending on your bourbons, on your American whiskeys. If you look back about 20 years ago, 1997, $290 million is what Tennessee whiskey, American whiskey, bourbons from across the country did in the rest of the world. 290 million. That last year just went up to over $1 billion, about $1.13 billion. Bourbon and American whiskey have grown in huge ways, exporting wise, and tariffs are not the solution. Retaliatory tariffs, what are we going to go back and forth? They raise taxes, we raise taxes. Not the answer at all. We love bourbon, no matter whether you're part of the Conservative Party, the Democrat Party, Liberal, Republican, whatever it might be. We're all part of one cocktail party. That's why I'm having a cocktail right here in front of a whiskey bar that's right outside of Kentucky, only a couple hours away from where most of the world's bourbon is made. You know, a lot of it's made in Kentucky. Over 90% is said, but there's more and more bourbon being made across the country, which means more and more jobs. A couple products right here that I have. You know, if you're looking at how far bourbon goes, Honduras, Camacho cigars, they actually use a bourbon barrel to age some of their tobacco in for their American barrel-aged cigars. Just right here locally, there's a brewery that finishes their beer barrel-aged reserve by Carson's in bourbon barrels. There's so many ways it affects people. Over 1.5 million people are either directly or indirectly employed by the spirits industry in the U.S. So this is a lot of jobs that are being affected here in the U.S. And it's a lot of great bottles of whiskey. They're going to have the prices go up overseas. We don't want to see that happen. We're encouraging you to reach out to your leaders, wherever you may be, and say no to this because we're part of the cocktail party. We want to see American whiskey grow. We want to see everyone's whiskey grow. No more taxes. Write to your congressman, write to your leaders, encourage them. Cheers.